Okay, so this is going to be back testing for Meta. The first trade we have to backtest from our coach is November 7th at 9:32, and this is around the election. So there's probably some extra volatility here. So just November 7th, 9:32, so 9:30, right at opening. Okay, so a healthy candle there. I'm just gonna mark it so it's easy to keep track. This is the 585 call. Meta above. Okay. And then we're going to check what was happening with SPX on the same candle. SPX was gapping up above 5938, which is a good sign. QQQ was above 504. The one thing we're missing here is the levels. So I'm going to find the levels. You could do it yourself by going to the daily chart and marking out the key levels here. I'm going to use the quick method and use the Discord levels for that specific date. This was November 7th. And you should try to draw these levels yourself. Most of the levels are obvious, some of them are not obvious. Like this one is not obvious because we haven't got there yet. And this is all-time highs. So 600 is an obvious one. 58859. Close enough. That's not obvious. 57926. Not obvious on the daily chart. Not obvious. So we might have to go on the 4-hour chart or lower to see these actual levels. And let's just check on the 4-hour chart. I guess it's a little more obvious. Yeah, on the 4-hour it's a little more obvious. Yeah, it's probably easier to see on the 4-hour chart. And then maybe let's check 1-hour chart. Is it even easier? Yeah, we could probably use those ones. Okay, so let's get into the back testing. So this one looks good. The underlying is above the key level. SPX is above the key level. QQQ is above key level. Higher time frame. So you could kind of check the daily time frame to see where it is. Is it on the down? Is it on the up? Are they trying to time the bounce? Let's see. So it looks like we're bouncing here towards all-time highs. So this looks like a trade that would work out if I were to guess if it works out or not. Okay, let's see how it goes. So I think he possibly could have taken profit here. Let's see what he did. So this is a little bit of the tedious part. I have to go in the trade log, which you'll get access to if you join the Discord. And I'll have to look up the exact trade. And sometimes it's not there, which I'm not finding it right now. So he sold it at 939. So this candle, 939. And then he goes all out at 1140. Right here. Boom. So buys in at the perfect spot, sells really quickly, and then cashes out and does a roll, which is obvious. And the roll is at 1139, which is the same candle. Let's just get these times in the chart so it's easy to review later. So 939. And then I think we had 1140. Notice he rolls up. He rolled up at 938, the 595, before he actually sold take profit 2. And that one unfortunately did not work out. So he took 2 profits here and he decided to roll. And this was a Thursday, so followed all the way to Friday. And I have it on my chart that it does not work out. So he gets in here, it stays flat, nothing happens after hours pre-market, and the momentum is done. But fortunately, he only used profits, so he did not. He still made a profit on that. So that was a 7 minute time in trade. $7 minutes and then 2 hours and 8 minutes. Okay, so the next one. And notice that was the election was on November. Let me just check for you. November 5th. So this was November 7th. This was 2 days after election. So the market was ripping, and that ended up working out. So now we have November 12th, 2024, 9:35. Looking good. So setting up for 600, I would just say crossing 588, but 600 is a bigger key level. I would not expect there to be much continuation if 600 is a hard level. And SPX above a key level here, 6,000, round number. So that is looking good. And QQQ gapping up over this 513. So everything looks good. So it goes all the way down. Sorry, we're on the wrong one. Meta. Yeah, Meta. Let me just move this here to make it easier for me to trade. So I think we take profit here. Let's look at the logs. So they're saying 600 was a hard resistance, so they're probably trying to sell before 600. They're not expecting any continuation. 944. So pretty much the next candle. Let's take profit one, and then 947. Take profit two. And I think we lost the last quarter, unless the reporting was lost. Nine 44 was the first one. Which is a 9-minute exit. And then 947. And then TP3 was a stop out. So TP3 was probably around here. If you got in here, probably TP3 was around here. Well, we did not get that alert. I'm just going to make a note it was a stop out. So there is stop losses in these types of trades, even though you're quote unquote sizing for zero. Next one is November 18th. It's 10:30. So it's meta at 555. And always got to check SPX and QQQ. SPX is in a good spot, crossing QQQ in a perfect spot. It looks like this trade will work out, if I were to guess. Let's see how it goes. So this is a Monday, so it has potentially another day or 2 days to get there. Uh, Actually, you might have taken profit there already. What are we talking about? Yeah, you probably took profit here. So we missed some alerts there. Those were profitable trades, but we trying to find the, oh sorry, the 20th. So we have to wait 2 days to cash out. Interesting. So it might have been break even if you cashed out here. We wait for the 20th and then take it at 9:32. And then we go all out at 9:37. So we take our quick profit, we see if it goes up, it doesn't go up, and then we just get out. And I do not think there would be a roll on this one because it's already headed down. That was a long time to wait for profit. Let's see if that is a normal occurrence or the profit gets taken pretty quick. Next one is the 20th at 11:55. So we don't do a roll immediately. When it gets back above its level, then we we take the roll, or just like a new entry. So this is the 570C, and this is considered a roll still. So we're just rolling with profits. SPX in an okay spot there, but getting close to a hard level, so not much room to run there if it gets into issues. QQQ is in an okay spot as well. So this may or may not work out. Let's see how it goes. not looking that good. So on the 21st is when he takes profit. And then he stops out on the same. I would those it's a down candle, so he's taking profit on the first one, and then the second one he loses on. I would guess he's automatically triggering those cells, but I'm not sure if he could be that quick with it. But we will investigate that. So on the 21st. So this is the next day rollover. $9.31, $9.34. So he took his profits, luckily, and then he stopped out as the stock charted started to go downhill. So Meta's hitting a key level here. Meta is not above the key level, but it is near it. My guess is SPX is crossing. Yep, SPX is crossing a very key level. And is it at all time high? Yeah, it's challenging all time high. And QQQ is kind of in the middle, gapping up above. Not the perfect situation because it's right below the level, but pretty good. So will this trade work out? Most likely. It seems like SPX has a bigger pull than QQQ. I also don't necessarily like it being below the level because it could reject. Are we at all-time highs? Nope. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. So if we waited the next day, likely we would have been able to cash out. So this is the 5. So the first sale is 948, and then he goes all out at 956. So very quick. It gets above the key level. Notice it's rejecting and then gets out 956. TP1. And then this is just a stop out. So he took his profit, saw the trade wasn't going his way, and got out. That is, it's almost like a standard play now that I've done a lot of reviews. So that's probably got to get added to that will have to get added to our playbook. So we have to be aware of that and then to be able to get out, take our profit, get out, and then we can always get back into the trade. But we don't want to get caught holding the bag on a bad option. So we take profit after 4 minutes and then we stop out, break even within 12 minutes. So we have to be quick there. So the next day, November 26th, 9:52. It's above, but it's not crossing and it's kind of stuck there. It's not aggressively crossing. QQQ is not in the best spot either. So we probably have to take this, but not loving it because of the position at SPX. So let's see it. So I think there's some profit to be taken here. So let's take a look. First profit take is here. And then 11:02. And then obviously there's a roll at 11:01. So right when we do this one, there's also a roll. 580C roll. and it does not work out. So we've maximized the profits that we're taking here, and then we're at the same time that we sell, we're trying to buy the next one, and we don't know if it's going to go up or not. SPX is moving up. QQQ kind of dipped. I think you just roll. I don't think they're actually putting too much thought into the roll unless it's near a key level like 6,000. We'll have to go back and investigate that to see. So the next one is December 2nd. So 935. So we're clearing this 579 level. SPX in a decent spot. Not amazing because it's crossing very slowly, not aggressively. QQQ gapped up huge by this 513 level. Could get rejected on that level, but looking pretty strong here. So that is extremely aggressive. And we sell the first one at 1004. And then we sell at 1015. So it's becoming obvious when we're selling now. We're selling at 40% and then we're selling at the next profit target or 60%. And then we're rolling before we actually sell the previous one. Oh, and there's one more. 1155 quarter. I wonder why he hangs on for that last quarter. And he doesn't just sell it out. Sometimes he'll sell just TP1, TP2, and then sometimes he'll hold on for that third. That was 29 minutes. And then 1155. Sorry, 1155. Yeah, 1155. So it was 1004, 1015, and then 1155. This was not reported. 1015, 1004. December 3rd. 10:06. This is still considered a roll up from before, I guess. Don't love the spot. Wait, I missed one here. 600 was bought on the 2nd. I think there's just a typo. At 10:15. Yeah, that makes more sense. $600. There's a quarter some. There's a half. The 550 is missing. I'm guessing he takes somewhere here. That alert is missing. And then 9:37 on the 3rd. And then 9:48. Okay, so there's just a typo there. I had to fix it. And then, okay, then the 605, we're rolling again. So we take our profit, we wait a bit, we roll, keep the party going. 605, 1102. And we got a big party. Here we go. And then he's all out at 318. But he also rolls at 1107. So he rolls here at TP2. The 615, not the 610. Sells half at 317. Same time. TP1. And then he's all out on the next day. That's for 615. And we had our 605s as well. I need to put that into the So there are, on that whole run, there was four in 2 days, and then there was still a run up of 3 days before that. So that blitz lasted four different strikes, but before that, it was actually starting to ramp up. So if we look on the higher time frame, see it's all jumbled up here. This was prime time, and there was still money being made here, but these are harder. It's much easier to just keep rolling here. So keep it going. Technically, this is still part of the roll up. So this roll up lasted longer than I thought. So December 4th. Oh, there's already take profit here. Sorry, this is a standard roll. We didn't wait. Okay, so we had take profit 2 here, and then there was an immediate roll. I guess we're still in good position here. I don't think SPX matters, but SPX is there. QQQ is kind of there. This is the 620. So we bought it at 936 on the 4th. And I think we cashed out on the 6th. Yeah, we basically broke even on that one. December 6th. Guess we didn't take the profit there. and hopefully Friday brings it, and he's able to cash out Summer here. So 10-19. He's got to wait all the way up here to get break even. Nuts. So he waits all the way to Friday, and then he gets back at it, and he does a lotto. He did a lotto 955. I guess he saw it was moving in the right direction. SPX is an okay position there for that lotto. Not amazing situation there, but it's confusing here. Okay, the alerts for that one are confusing. There's so many roles going on, it's hard to keep track of what's going on. And that roll goes to zero. So there's almost like 8 trades over the course of 2 weeks where the it keeps going. I am gonna take a break there. So the thing I noticed about Meta, Tesla, the profits usually taken right away. There's an opportunity to take profit. And then Meta, it takes a little more time. Like sometimes the profit's right away, but sometimes it takes a little more time and maybe even days. So that's what I noticed, but just a little personality quirk. But the rolling is very similar to Tesla, where they're kind of staggering the rolls. These staggers, I'm gonna have to come back and research this. This looks insane, but it's crazy that the premiums are moving so fast, even though the stock is not moving that much. That's what's interesting. Like it's not moving that much, but it's moving fast. It's moving a little bit in a very short period of time. So I think that's what juices up the premiums. So that is part one, and we'll see you in the next one.